John, there
Hello,
you are.
hello.
The color's off on this. Let me try and fix it real quick. How you doing, John?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing well. And everyone should be able to hear John very well. Let's see if we fix this color. Yes, there's always something to do with the technology.
Of course.
It's never quite right. I'm always tweaking this stupid thing. You need more of a tan. You, John, yeah. You need.
Oh, I need to tan.
You need to tan. It would make it easier because you get washed out a little bit.
It's hard. It's the dead of winter. How am I going to do that?
I don't know. I don't have that problem.
All right, of course.
I don't have that problem. I always have a tan.
Right.
But folks, this is Jon Lizak. He is the president of the Binghamton University College Republicans. He has you took over for John Rastusha.
Yes, I did.
Mm-hmm. And you have been busy.
Yes. We've been quite busy these last couple of weeks.
Oh, yeah. There has been a lot going on over there. Keep talking for a second. I just want to check the sound levels here.
Yeah. You want me to get into it?
Nope, you're perfect.
All right.
Okay, we're getting you great. So let's take a second. I want to back up a little bit. And I believe we may also hear from Lacey Kestiger, who there's a certain personality, a news reporter in the area,
Another
a
big
talk
one,
show host who can't get her name right.
No.
He screws up her name every time he says it.
Yeah, I mean it's a unorthodox last name, but it's not impossible.
I get it right.
You can. Yeah, I got it right the first time. I got it right every time, but yeah, I don't know.
I don't know either, but I like to call her the Jiu-Jitsu Ninja.
Right.
And people who know and been following the show and how we've been talking with her from the very first incident at Binghamton University, where she was subjected to a harassment online, cyberbullying. She was being intimidated. When we first had that, we broke that story, which has led to, in part, all of the things that have happened since. When I was talking to her, that's where that Jiu-Jitsu Ninja storyline comes from, also partially from President Trump as well.
Yeah,
she spoke with him, which great honor.
Yeah, that was big. I was in the audience for that. Very surprising.
Oh, you were in Florida then?
Yeah, I was there.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah. I'm a little upset she didn't give me a shout out during that speech, but we'll take it. It was still good. Great for the club, great for her. Very happy.
And puts Binghamton University and what's been going on there right in front of the president, the administration, which has a lot of implications. So let me shut up for a second. I want you to take charge here and tell us a little bit about how did we get here? Just roll us through. Where did this start? How and where are we now?
Well, I mean, where exactly? We can go way far back. Are you talking about what happened these last couple of weeks?
You wrap it up. It's on you.
All right. Well, to go all the way back to the beginning of the fall, all these incidents, it all began because we decided to form an effective conservative club. That's it. There was not a strong conservative voice on campus. There was a very strong progressive voice on campus. And we decided to make a change. We decided to rise up as a conservative group. And hey, if that shook some things up, if that made some people upset, good, fine. But we wanted to do that. We were going to do that. And we did it. And we really got the backlash once we started advertising for that Laffer event. Right? Once we did the tabling, once we did the event, that's when all the frustration from progressives, from leftists on campus, lashing out at us for all the success we've had over that semester, it all came out during that Laffer event.
Right.
And since then, it's only gotten more tense, I would say.
Right.
They've put it on social media. They're blasting us. They're telling people to both ignore us, but also they're saying that they're going to have a strong response this semester. Very mixed messages.
We're going to get into that.
Yeah, I do want to get into that. But yeah, and then we started this semester off. We got Tom Reed down on campus to support free speech. We did the same tabling event that we did last time, but with Tom Reed. It was open to the public. Anyone could come up and ask questions if they wanted to. It was sort of like a change my mind type of thing.
Right.
We put on the sign, should students be guaranteed their right to free speech on campus, with Congressman Tom Reed, and he was there. We were there. We were talking with him. There was some opposition. They didn't want to identify themselves. They wanted to kind of stay in the shadows on that one. A lot of cameras around. Didn't want to make a scene again. And that event went really well. Mm-hmm. Overall, no problems. I think it definitely was a good end to the arc of the Laffer saga.
Right.
It was a good way to wrap it up. It's a good way to end it.
So there's a couple things about that.
Yeah.
That I want to address. And personally, I have an issue with part of this, not with the students, but with Congressman Anthony Brindisi. Congressman Anthony Brindisi is the representative for the New York 22nd District.
Yes.
Has he reached out to the college Republicans or any of the students who have been involved in the mob attack in November, any of the students who were present at the Laffer event, Dr. Laffer himself, has he spoken to any, are you aware if he's spoken to the Binghamton University administration about this?
From what I know, from what I've heard, not a single word has come out of his mouth about any of this.
I have not seen anything. He has not spoken about it. He has not reported on it. He has avoided this completely, which is upsetting.
Yeah.
Because this is his district, and this is a First Amendment issue, and this is his constituents who have been threatened, menaced, and intimidated, and physically threatened. Yeah. So I find it very troubling that the congressman who, Binghamton University, it's his district, isn't doing his job. And thankfully, Representative Tom Reed did step up to do the job Anthony Brindisi would not do.
Yeah.
But I wanted to be fair and speak to the source. If he had actually spoke to you, I would, obviously I would apologize for everything I got wrong, but I'm not wrong. He hasn't done it, and he won't explain why. So, speaking about Representative Tom Reed, did you reach out to him or did he reach out to you guys?
Well, most of the talking was between Restuccia and Reed. Mm-hmm. So I'm not sure who initiated, but I was handed it over after last semester. We've been in talks, so I don't know who initiated.
Okay.
But yeah, I was communicating with them. I was setting the whole thing up.
And he was very positive, as I understand. He was very positive about speaking with you.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And he thought this was important.
Yes, he took, from what I heard from the schedulers and all that, a lot of time was dedicated, more than usual was dedicated to this, meaning it is very important to him. This is something he definitely wants to deal with, even if it's not in his district, even if it's not in his area. This is something he definitely wants to tackle by himself.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
And I know that he's gone very public in, or the conversation he had with BU President Harvey Stanger was published. It's been out there, and in that conversation, I found something very troubling, and you can tell me if you thought so too. President Harvey Stanger of Binghamton University said he didn't know what was going on. He hadn't spoken to anyone from November until January, when you were able to speak to him for the first time about what was going on in this whole situation that was national news.
Yeah.
Did that surprise you when he said that?
Well, I mean, it surprised me that he said it. It surprised me that came out of his mouth. But, obviously I wasn't reached out to, so I knew that this was the case. I knew that he wasn't talking to the club about it. I knew he wasn't opening his mouth. Yeah, I mean, it really just shows that he wanted this whole thing to just die out. He did not want to address it.
He did go on WNBF and publicly say that the college Republicans were at fault, the college Republicans who were acknowledged nationally as victims in this process, whose First Amendment rights were being suppressed. He came out and said, you guys were the problem. He punished and backed up punishing you guys. And then in January, he says, I don't even know what's going on.
Right.
But he hadn't even spoken to anyone about this.
Yeah, it must have been a long, long time. He forgot about all of it.
And Mr. Stenger, if you disagree with this, there are conversations on WNBF, which I've recorded some, and you yourself, it's recorded. You spoke to Congressman Tom Reed, and you said that in your meeting. So
Right.
I'm quoting you, paraphrasing at the second, what you said. So if Mr. Stenger disagrees, I'd be happy to have him on here. He was supposed to follow up in a week. It's been a week and a half since Tom Reed was there, as I recall. Has anything been said?
Nothing has been said to me.
Has the university reached out to you since the meeting with Congressman Tom Reed?
No, they said they would. They didn't reach out to me yet.
Let me make sure I got it right. As I recall from the interview, as it was published, and you were there at the interview, in the conversation with Stenger and Congressman Reed, he did say he would be reaching out to you in a week.
Yeah.
And he hasn't done so.
I have not gotten anything yet.
No one from the administration.
No one from the administration. Not just him. And it wasn't him. He didn't tell me directly. It was someone else that told me directly. But still, no word from the administration at all to me.
Okay.
Nothing to the club.
Nothing to the club. That's troubling.
It is.
How does that make you feel about Binghamton University?
I mean, it
The
just
administration, not the students, not the teachers, but the administration.
it just confirms everything we already knew. You know, I'm a freshman still. When I came in, you know, I knew I was hearing it. The administration, they don't care about us. You know, all of this, they'll ignore us if something bad happens. All of that, and you know, I believed it. Of course, this is what I'm told. I believed it. I went with it. And now I gave them a chance. I gave them a chance to say their part. And it just confirms it. It just confirms they just straight up do not care.
Yeah, and because they're not talking. They promised a sitting congressman that they were going to do something and gave a specific time frame. And they've thrown it out the window because they think no one's paying attention.
Yeah.
BU administration, Harvey Stenger, I'm paying attention. And people who listen to this and are nationally, it's being paid attention to. This doesn't end there because Harvey Stenger, his very progressive viewpoints, his lack of action, and the administration's lack of action isn't the whole story, though, for this semester. There's a new chapter that's happened here, and I was reporting on it about 2 days ago. I think you may have seen it. I'm sure you've heard about it. The BU progressives released several tweets, documents out, telling other progressives and members of Plot that they're terrified of the Binghamton University College Republicans and conservatives, and that if you happen to be, and again, I just put it on the screen. I did an entire episode on that. I want to be very clear. From what I'm understanding, they are telling progressives at Binghamton University, run away, hide, don't talk about what you think. Even though that you should feel like you are great and that you have a good idea, if you're talking to anyone who is not a progressive, run away, hide, don't talk to them. Did you see that?
Yeah, I read that post out to my to the club. I read it out during our meeting.
What did they say?
The club?
Yeah.
Oh, we loved it. We all loved it. It was just there were a lot of takeaways from it. My main takeaway was just that we won. They just threw up the white flag.
Okay.
That's it.
Here's the one that, and I've got it on the screen right now, and I want to be very clear. I'm quoting it now. It says, "What to do if you see Turning Point USA," and I assume that includes all conservatives, all Republicans who are visible on campus. Number one, their most important thing is do not engage. They claim that the goal of Republicans and conservatives on Binghamton University campus is to instigate, perpetuate conflict, and use the attention to pretend to be victims. Now, this is what they say. There has been nationally supported viral video of the college progressives attacking, menacing, intimidating, and being told that they were going to be arrested for harassment, and I believe there are charges that are out at this time for those progressives attacking you. How did that make you guys? I know you were at the November event where 200 progressives gathered on orders. They were told, there was, as the Binghamton Review reported right afterwards, and showed the actual pictures of the tweets saying, go out, harass these guys, let's target them. And they surrounded you 200 to 3. How do you feel when you hear someone say, oh, no, you're not a victim. We're the victims because there's 200 of us and 3 of you guys intimidate us so much that we're terrified. We got to hide.
Yeah, I mean, this is nothing new. They say the same thing every single time. There's no original ideas coming from them, and this has always been their mindset. It's always been, oh yeah, Turning Point USA, which by the way is just me and Lacey. Mm-hmm. When they address Turning Point USA, that's just me and Lacey at this point, right? The club hasn't even started yet. Right. They're already afraid of it.
It's not official yet.
Yeah, it's not official. Yeah. But yeah, it just shows how where the conversation's at, right? It's not about conversations. It is about groupthink. It is about getting, just avoiding conversation entirely. That is where all of this has gone to. They want to run. They don't want to engage. They never wanted to engage. And then this is just the result of it. They put things like that online, and I don't know. I don't want to say it's upsetting because it's just sad. It's just like pathetic almost to see that,
Mm-hmm. You know what I think? And tell me what you think about this.
Yeah.
I find it to be basically the Binghamton University progressives plot, Progressive Leaders of Tomorrow, who have been the 2 main instigators of all of these incidents at the campus. They're suppressing their own people. It's the First Amendment, this is all about the First Amendment. Being able to have a conversation, to speak to people and say, hey, let's talk.
Right.
Let's have a conversation. They're telling their own people to hide, to not express themselves, to not speak out. No one, and the whole fight is you should be able to speak out, that you should be able to express yourself, you should be able to share your views, and everyone should be able to hear you. And they're saying to their own people, run, hide, don't speak, don't talk to anyone. And when one of their tweets, they're basically saying, we're a cult. This is my view of it, that they're a cult, and you can only talk to other people in the cult of progressives. And that's point 3, which is on the screen right now.
Right.
If you are being targeted or feel unsafe, contact us, not the police, not the administration. No, only talk to other progressives. That's a cult mentality. And I find it odd that these guys who are saying, oh, we're all for the First Amendment, are out there suppressing their own people.
Yeah, and it's an important point to make that they specifically in that part, they mention, and I think they do it a couple times, they say the police won't protect us, the administration won't protect us. Creating narratives like that only drives further this cult narrative. They're only going to make people more dependent, more sheep-like in their movement if they're going to say things like that,
Yeah.
Don't go out to outside sources, only talk to us. You're only allowed to talk to us.
It's crazy.
It is, yeah.
And they're saying the administration isn't going to help you.
Not going to help.
Harvey Stanger punished you. He went out publicly and made statements against the club.
You have no idea.
And yet, no, but they're not going to. I don't understand. The logic doesn't make sense. Silencing your own people in a conversation about, or an argument or a discussion about the First Amendment, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
The progressives, guys, I know plot, they're doing their monthly recruitment videos now at a local radio station, a small one. And, I'd love to hear you guys explain this to me because it makes no sense. Oh, we may have someone who's